Hey guys, Jackdaw here. The new year has just begun and here I am already rounding up some news updates on the next Dragon Age. With a brand new comic on the way and multiple concept art reveals, I'm happy to say that 2021 is starting off pretty well for every Dragon Age fan. We certainly have a lot to look forward to. I very recently created a huge roundup video on every single major news update on Dragon Age 4's development throughout 2020, so check that video out if you've missed any of 2020's updates on Next Dragon Age, or if you just want a huge recap on what we know so far while we all wait for future updates. Link down below. Anyhow, without further ado, let's take it away and delve into these recent updates. In an exclusive Game Informer first look, Dragon Age Dark Fortress was revealed, the follow-up comic book to Blue Wraith, Deception and Knight Errant. The first issue of this brand new adventure releases on March 31st. Alongside a special look at the first issue cover by artist Sashin Teng, we have many descriptions and plot details on the next story. Game Informer shared, for Fenris's latest adventure, he is joined by Inquisition agents to prepare for an assault on an unbreakable fortress in yet another effort to save Thedas from unimaginable horrors. Can Fenris and this hardened group of warriors make it in time to stop Thedas from the verge of collapse once more? One of the writers, Nunzio de Philippus, tweeted, "Well, this is the big one. Everything we've written so far has been leading to this, so expect small payoffs, a big climax, and plenty of full circle moments." In another tweet, Nunzio shared that Autumn, the Mabari, Fenris, Vea, Sir Aaron, Francesca, Tessa and Marius will return in this story that has been set up since Knight Errant. Even more than that, for those who don't know, Autumn the Mabari is based on Nunzio and Christina Weir's own little dog, also called Autumn. And as my service to you all, I just had to share this adorable photo of Autumn. What an absolutely beautiful dog. Nunzio tweeted further, "There are 3 issues, but there'll be more to it than that. Still, we'd love to write a mini just about Autumn." I honestly couldn't think of a better spin-off comic book regarding the events of Thedas' best Mabari warhound. More of Autumn is a huge yes from me. And speaking on other potential comic spin-offs, shared on Nunzio and Christina's Tumblr blog, they said, "This story, Dark Fortress, is the end of the arc, so we don't know if we'll be doing more Dragon Age stories, but we have plans for more stories, and those plans include a return of Calyx, and we have something fun planned for him, but we haven't even begun to run that by anyone at BioWare just yet." So while it's exciting to hear that potential future comic tie-ins may become a reality potentially, nothing has been confirmed as of yet. I honestly hope that Nunzio and Christina can continue to create Dragon Age comics because I absolutely adore their work so far, and I would love to see them continue with more stories. Now regarding Dark Fortress's story, once more, Nunzio gave his own description on the comic. He shared on Tumblr, "In Dark Fortress, the action is contained and focused. There won't be the same space to meet key figures in Thedas that we've had in the past. However, we will be exploring the backstories of some characters through flashbacks, and some of those flashbacks will have a couple of familiar faces. So just like Sir Aaron, who had a flashback of meeting and coordinating with King Alistair in Dragon Age Deception, it seems we can expect more of these flashbacks with returning characters appearing for a small plot moment. I have my fingers crossed for a Fenris flashback with a Varric cameo, but we don't have to wait too long until we find out for ourselves. And speaking of which, Nunzio shared issue 2's new cover, followed with the tweet, "Oh hey, what's this? Hashtag Age of the Dragon Baby, hashtag Dragon Age, hashtag Dark Fortress." This beautiful cover, once more by artist Sashin Teng, looks like an unshackled red lyrium dragon that's about to eat someone alive. According to Dark Horse, issue 2 releases on April 28th. Dark Horse also published an early synopsis on issue 2. It stated, "The deadly elven warrior Fenris and a team of the Inquisition's best race to keep the Venatori from unleashing a power that will reshape Thedas in this canonical continuation of BioWare's dark fantasy RPG. Will they be fast enough to outrun their own pasts and stop what's coming?" So issue 1 will arrive on March 31st, issue 2 will release on April 28th, and I assume we can expect issue 3 towards the end of May. If you'd rather wait until all the issues are released in one hardcover graphic novel, then September 21st is the date of release for that. Or you could be like me and buy both the paperback issues on release date and then the hardcover when it releases later on in the year. Needless to say, I'm incredibly excited and slightly sad as the end is in sight for this epic journey that's been told since Knight Errant. Dare I say, Mage Killer with Marius and Tess's involvement. I've constantly shared my love for each of these characters on my channel, and I truly hope that this isn't the end of the road for most of them. Regardless, whatever happens, I am stoked for this final conclusion to this narrative, and I'm eager to see what's going to happen. Moving on, Christian Daly, the new executive producer on Dragon Age 4, who is transitioning into Mark Darrah's role, tweeted, "Just wanted to say Happy New Year to everyone. I hope all are safe and well. Here's to new beginnings." Followed with an amazing, beautiful, conceptual piece of artwork showcasing an incredibly enigmatic, potentially female figure standing on floating rocks in a stunning autumn backdrop. The overall mood is fun, enigmatic, and slightly intimidating. The colours are vast and vibrant, and it's a gorgeous piece of art. So, in a more speculative fashion, does this concept art piece represent a plausible design of an Executor Agent? Let's break it down, shall we? Without a second thought, this brand new conceptual figure has many similarities to the intriguing character who appeared in the 2020 Game Awards trailer. The three-horned headpiece figure that was walking through a snowy forest with an outfit that had trims of red as they held a bow comprised of floating triangles. I suggested that this mystifying character, shown in the Game Awards trailer, was an Executor, a secretive agent of a recently introduced shadowy syndicate that speak on behalf of powers across the sea. I believed this because of this character's otherworldly design and their triangle bow, as the Executors have a downward pointing triangle as their logo. Therefore, just like this Game Awards figure, the assumption that this brand new concept character is an Executor Agent can be placed due to several factors that I've pieced together. For instance, the character's very familiar triangle bow. This triangle bow, with its mysterious design, was shown in other concept art pieces that were revealed in the Dragon Age behind the scenes trailer at Gamescom. One of them was his conceptual piece that followed two cloaked figures covered head to toe in unknown armor. The figure on the left had created a protection shield of triangles, whereas the figure on the right wielded this very familiar triangle bow. On top of that, in the Ruins of Reality short story, there was an art piece showcased on DragonAge.com that featured Strife from Tevinter Nights. He can be seen looking at his reflection of himself in the cursed Isle of Van Forest, wearing a red cloak with similar floating triangles on it. His cloak had the Executor's logo on it, a downward pointing triangle with two wavy lines drawn through it. So we can conclude that the floating triangle designs shown in many concept art pieces undoubtedly refer to the Executors, and for some reason, Strife, a Starkhaven elf from the Morlan clan. Unknowingly, it seems he has connections with the Executors given his cloak. So, do the Executors have elven ties? Are they hiring elves for their bidding? Why is Strife associated with them? Is he an Executor? Are the Executors elven? Well, hold that thought for a second. I'll come back to the Executors' elven ties in a minute. If we go back to our new conceptual character and dissect their appearance, we can see they have many triangle designs embedded into their entire outfit. Tevinter Nights described an Executor Agent's outfit, stating that they wear dark robes of Varantium samite with a thin mesh dropping down to cover the hood. This description fits this character quite well. They're equipped with a long, hooded cape that acts more like a robe as it covers parts of their chest. They have a golden helmet that protects and covers their face, and the Executor in the Game Awards trailer had a very similar thin mesh on their face too. While this concept art and designs can and will change, thus explaining why they may look differently in other concept pieces and trailers, these two characters certainly have a similar appeal. Not to mention, both are holding the same magically utilized bow. The bow itself is drawn physically by the figure in the Game Awards trailer, whereas in the concept art piece, it's almost as if the arrow is being cast like a spell. While this is concept art, could this indicate towards a new class hybrid, like a magical archer? Or is this Executor magic? They are unknown beings with even more unknown associations and powers. Or could this just be the bow's own unique properties? Does this bow provide its wielder with this magic. It's certainly intriguing. So if we're going with the assumption that this is another conceptual design for an Executor Agent, then let's discuss where exactly are they. We do have multiple concept art pieces that share this similar autumn rocky landscape. For instance, the Elven clan in the mountains concept art piece, and the hooded, potentially Executor Agents shared this vibrant areas aesthetic. However, the biggest indicator on where this location is comes down to Strife's official story artwork piece. This story's artwork, which looks identical to each of the previous art pieces, is set in the Arlafan Forest, which is located northeast of Tevinter. We have recently seen the Arlafan Forest in Dragon Age Blue Wraith, and it looked fairly similar with its tall mountains and rocky terrain. So is this Executor Agent in the Arlafan Forest? Probably, and that's my best bet at the moment. So with that, who could this figure be? Honestly, it's probably just a concept piece of an idea one of the artists had for a potential Executor, but I have seen a lot of gaming sites believe that this is a conceptual look at the new playable character. While I'm not sure I agree, if this is true and this character is an Executor, is the next protagonist an Executor Agent? Now that would be very interesting. Or can we choose to play between other factions? Or is the Executor literally the only role for our new character? While I could end my dissection here, I want to touch on the Executor's potential elven ties because I feel like a lot of things recently have been indicating towards this theory. So, Strife has a shape-shifting companion by the name of Irilyn, and she has a lot of representation with Gillinan, considering she transformed into a Hala in the story Three Trees to Midnight, and she was looking for an idol of Gillinan in the Arlafan Forest in the short story Ruins of Reality. The Executors themselves speak on behalf of powers across the sea. They also have a stench of the ocean and something beyond the ocean. In the Horror of Hormak story, Grey Wardens discovered a chamber with a ghastly pool of viscous grey fluid. The entire vicinity was elven in design with a formidable stench of seawater and formed patterns of the horns of a Hala. So what I'm trying to get at is both the Executors and Gillinan have a shared connection being the sea. The Executors smell like it and come from beyond it, and Gillinan has hidden chambers with mutilated pools that smell like the sea too. Gillinan is the mother of the Hala, who created giants, monsters and beasts that spanned across the sky, water and earth. Before she ascended to godhood, she had to destroy all of her creations. However, before she killed those of the sea, pride stopped her hand. We assume pride in this circumstance to be Solas, considering its capitalization. The Executors come from beyond the sea and speak on behalf of unknown powers across the sea. So, do they serve Gillinan? Are they her own personal agents against Solas, considering even he finds the Executors threatening? Are they trying to stop Solas only because of Gillinan's behest? And if not that, then perhaps the Executors are an ancient elven clan or something of the sort. Regardless, they have a lot of similarities to Gillinan, as well as elven ties as a whole, so keep your eyes out on the Executors going forward. Alas, this is just a concept art piece at the moment and harmless speculation on my part, so please take that as you will and don't hold it in any high regard. It's just some good old-fashioned tinfoil while we wait for more news. Now, speaking more on concept art, in his own livestream on Twitch, Foundation Technical Director John Renesh shared on the tone of the next Dragon Age and how we should approach the concept art popping out of BioWare at the moment. While I didn't catch John's stream myself, Waterman in my Discord server did, and they paraphrased what John said in his stream. So roughly, John said, "We want our game to be fun. There's nothing wrong with a game being not fun. Games don't have to be fun with a capital F to be good, but you have to make sure players know what they're getting into and be like, this is how I want to spend the next 30 hours or whatever." And so for our game right now, all you players can/should do right now is look at the concept art like a mosaic and think about what is the theme of every piece of art. So don't focus on the detail, you have to zoom out and look at the mosaic. To which BioWare programmer Mika Usanaki also appeared in this livestream and added, "So some of these things will be about a faction and what those factions are supposed to feel like, and certain characters and what they're supposed to feel like. So if someone's underwater in the concept art, it doesn't mean the gang is going to be underwater." To which John Renesh closed with, "Again, what is fun is a very relative term." So taking these words into account, we have seen a lot of concept art pieces that have had these heist-like fun scenarios. No matter the context, they each show a bunch of characters together in a very tense situation. And that's just one example example, but it does show that BioWare are aiming for fun, interesting missions while surrounded with brand new characters to fall in love with and some to hate. In any regard, John and Micah's take on concept art are very valuable and should set a precedent for the community going forward. I myself will certainly begin to look for the mood and the tone of concept art pieces in the future. And moving on, Matthew Goldman, Dragon Age 4's creative director and 20 plus year BioWare veteran, decided to start the new year by creating a Twitter account. I'd say go give him a follow if you use Twitter. He's recently been joking around about a Solas dance scene. Now, Matthew also shared an updated version of the Game Awards mural showcasing the Dreadwolf destroying the Veil. The two evil god figures on either side now have more of their bottom halves revealed. As shown, both figures now have tentacles below their waist, which just adds another dimension of possibilities regarding what these figures could be. To me, this left figure is looking even more like the evil god figure shown in BioWare's 25 years of game development. The evil god in this book has these huge tentacle tails for maneuvering through the water, which looks exactly like this silhouetted figure's tentacles. With that connection, I still think that both the left mural figure and the sea monster figure are representing Gillinan, a goddess that has received a lot of attention lately. But even so, at this point, these figures could literally represent anything in the Dragon Age lore. There are many evil gods in Thedas, it's just a case of which ones do these figures align with. Is it an elven god, an old god, an untainted old god, or something completely different? Regardless, this is where I will leave you. Let me know all your thoughts down below on each of these stories that we've already received in January. Are you excited for Dark Fortress? What's your speculation on the Executor concept art? And tell me your tinfoil on these evil god figures. Like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, but until the next one, I have been Jackdaw, and I should go. Whoa, 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 whoa.